It's a beautiful day out. That Honda Foreman started up no problem first try. The snow has been melting incredibly quickly now that the sun's out. We've been having some rain showers the last couple days, so that's helped. Today I'm going to be getting out the generator and we're going to get the well back up and running and probably de-winterize this trailer today. Even at the darkest and coldest period of the night, it still stays around 35 degrees. So I think it's finally time to put some water back in this thing so that I can take showers, I can wash dishes, and then I can go to the grocery store and get some actual real food. So now that I have the ATV out, I can start to use it to transport firewood from our log piles instead of, carrying each one individually over to the burn barrel over there. My flatbed trailer looks like it's in good shape still. It survived the winter. I was a little bit worried about the snow melting and damaging this wood, but I'm pretty sure the wood's pressure treated. Tires look to be in good shape, no flat tires. All the snow's been melting and running down the hill over there. But over here where the cabin's gonna be built, there's still quite a few puddles. And some of the water isn't able to get over the edge over here, so it's pooling up. Barely getting over the edge here. There's a little trickle down the hill. I just pulled my Westinghouse generator out of storage and it has an electric start. So let's see if it has any juice left. Doesn't appear so. So we're gonna have to go get the trickle charger for this thing and charge up the internal battery. All right, and now we're gonna let this trickle charge for a couple hours and come back later and see if it can be started. I'm over here by the log pile that's on the south part of my property because I realize this is likely in the way of the future solar panel array that I'm going to be building. I'm going to be building the solar panel array in two parts. One part is going to be facing 45 degrees southwest, and the other part is going to be facing directly south. And the one that's facing south is likely going to be built right around here. So this pile is in the way. So I'm going to get a head start, just start cutting into these logs and moving them over to the tan conics so that they're just out of the way, because we're not going to be building anything this year over to the left of the tan conic. So that's free. It's free real estate over there to put logs. So let's get started on cutting this stuff up. All right, taking a quick break from chainsawing. It's been maybe about 30 to 45 minutes. So let's see if this thing can start. Gonna turn on the fuel. Awesome. So this is a 1-inch threaded pipe. So we need an adapter that converts from 1-inch threaded to a garden hose connector. So we're going to start by threading that in. This is all temporary, so once the utility shed is built up around this, this will just be PEX right out of the well and right into a pressure tank. But for now, to be able to fill up the travel trailer, we have to do this. So the next step is to use a pressure regulator. This ensures that the pressure coming out of the hose is around 40 to 50 psi so that it doesn't break anything in the trailer. So we're going to thread that on. And the final step is to get our hose. We're going to thread that on. Make sure no cross threading's happening. Let's get this generator turned back on. Let's get the well plugged in and see if this well survived the winter. I'm gonna let this run for a while just to get everything at the bottom of the well flushed out. Make sure there's no silt buildup or anything. I'm seeing that this water's a little bit cloudy, so I'm just wanting to flush all the way out, get crystal clear again before I fill up the trailer. I'm here at the back end of my trailer where the water system is controlled. So when you're doing a fill tank procedure, you have to come in here and flip some valves around. I'm going to fill the freshwater tank all the way up, and then I'm going to turn on the 12-volt pump and run through all the faucets here just to drain all of the antifreeze out of the system. And then I'm going to, like I said, use this country fill method to put some bleach into the water and let it sit for about an hour and then do another flush. Just gotta flip this like that. This is the overflow valve. It's putting a little bit of water out into the system. If I open up this relief valve, yep. So that tells me there's water definitely going into the freshwater tank, which is what we want. So I'm going to just sit here and wait, and as soon as a bunch of water starts coming out of the overflow valve, that tells me when I need to turn the well off, and I can start rinsing water through all the systems. we go. It's coming out of the overflow. We'll use our key fob to remotely turn it off. This comes in handy. Valve position back to normal. There we go. And then we can come over here and turn on the 12-volt water pump. There we go. We got pink antifreeze coming out of the line. It's just what we want to see. Alright, I'm kind of stupid. I accidentally left the valve that points to this clear tube. It was open, so it was pulling air through the tube instead of pulling water from the pressure tank. Switch over to cold water. There we go. Hopefully the water pressure gets better. I think the water pressure is going to be a little bit low until it fills up the hot water tank, which it's probably doing at the same time right now. I made sure to go back here and I flipped all the bypass valves for the hot water tank. In here there's two valves. There's one here and there's one up here, and I flipped those to the correct position. So I'm going to turn this valve off just so that it fills the hot water tank faster. Alright, I just heard the water pump turn off, so that must mean the hot water heater is completely full. So we should have full pressure now, cold water from the sink. Aha. So let's switch over to the hot water. Oh boy. There we go. So all this is coming out of the hot water tank, but the hot water tank is obviously not on yet because I want to flush everything out, make sure the water is clean before I turn on the heating element. Let's turn on the hot water. Give a little clean wash down of everything. Time to pump this chlorine water into the freshwater tank. So just have to move the valve. Almost there. All right. I'll go turn off the pump. So now I'm going to run the faucet until I smell a little bit of bleach. Oh, there we go. Starting to smell bleach smell, so I'm going to switch it back over to the hot water. Make sure we get smell from the hot water tank. Alright, there we go. A little bit of bleach smell there. And here we go as well. Oh, yep, there we go. Chlorine smell. Now we're going to turn everything off. And then we're just going to let that chlorine water just sit in the pipes. And just sit there for maybe about an hour and just sanitize everything. Make sure there's no bacteria growing in the freshwater tank or in any of the lines. And once that sanitization process is done, I can basically just flush the entire freshwater system one more time, then fill it all the way back up with completely fresh water. And at that point, we should be good to go. The trailer will be officially de-winterized, ready to wash dishes, wash hands, take showers, even drink out of it. So I won't have to be making any more trips into town to fill up my my little water bottle thing here. I've been emptying out the gray water tank because I've been just flushing all this water down the sink. But the only way for me to empty it is one bucket at a time. So I literally fill up a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket and then shuttle it over to the edge of my property and just dump it down the hill. I opened up the freshwater drain valve. I'm just going to get all the chlorine water out of the freshwater tank. It's been just about an hour having all the chlorine water in the lines in the trailer, so I'm going to empty everything out and then do one last fill with nice fresh water from the well and just do a little flush through all the lines just to make sure all chlorine is out. And then this exercise will be complete. And I think I'm gonna take a shower today because I haven't taken a shower in probably like a week. Feeling a little bit grimy. So I'm gonna get the power station out of the cargo trailer over there, plug it into the trailer just to give it a little bit of extra juice, and then turn on the electric heating element in the water heater. And then I'll probably head into town to get something to eat, and when I get back, I'll have a hot shower waiting for me. That's the goal for tonight. Whoa. It's a little windy out here. There might be a little bit of rain coming in tonight, just a little bit. So I put away the ATV and all the chainsaw stuff. All right, freshwater tank's just about empty, so I'm gonna hook up the freshwater hose from the well and refill this freshwater tank. Just have to use the remote here. There we go. There we go. Freshwater tank is full. There we go. Pretty easy. Turn on the water pump. And then just do a last flush just to make sure that all the chlorine is out of the system. All right, I think we're all flushed, so it's time to do it. It's time to turn on the electric water heater. Actually, I have the power station plugged in outside, but thankfully there's a Blue Eddy app as well, so we can just check the power usage. For some reason, I'm only pulling 190 watts from the power station, but I just turned on the the electric water heater. I hope this thing is working. Aha! I forgot that the electric water heater is a 120 volt appliance. So all I have to do is come down here, flip the water heater breaker, just like that. And now we come up here and flip the switch. There we go. I have the power station out here under cover just in case it rains. And there we go. It's pulling 1600 watts. So instead of draining the trailer's battery, it's gonna drain this power station all the way down, but that's okay because tomorrow it's gonna be a nice sunny day as well, just like today. And once I get back from getting some food in town, I'm gonna put it back into the cargo trailer and it'll charge up all on its own. So thanks everyone for watching me get my well back up and running and get my travel trailer de-winterized. I can't wait to take a shower later tonight.